So with a couple of quick baskets, the Narraguagus Knights are right back in this, 48-45 at 4:37. And they're going full court for their press. Schoberg puts it in play to Aaron Hennison. Hennison starts down with the ball. Going to break the 10-second strike. Now holds the ball over his head, goes to Stewart. Stewart to the right side on the dribble. Now to Hennison at the foul line, guarded by Meyer. Now to Aaron Hennison, guarded by Grant. Off to Adam Carter. Carter guarded by Worcester. Now goes inside to Sam. He puts it up. He misses the shot, but draws the foul.
And as you said, he has that look in his eyes, and the look is, I'm here, I'm on the block, I'm isolated, single coverage, get it to me, I'm going to score or I'm going to foul. Here's a nice entry pass. They stay behind him this time. Goes up, and the foul. There are two philosophies, Joe, defensively and man-to-man on covering players like Hennison in the post. If you want to front him, some coaches feel the lob pass is the toughest pass to throw, but you have to have help behind. If you play behind him, then you've got to have help out front. Henderson is such a tough player. I think Mike Kelly is confused which way to play him. You play him one way, he scores. Play him the other way, he fouls.
Aaron Hennison checks out. That foul with Adam Meyer, that's only his first. But the next foul that the Narraguagus Knights commit will put the Hodgdon Hawks on the line for 1-on-1. Foul shot is up and good, so Sam splits a pair, 49-45. Ben's back in the game now. Final hurrah for this Narraguagus team. Robbie Worcester. Worcester goes to baseline. He's going to put it up and in.
Good move. Good move.
47-49. He's back with us.
He had more confidence that time.
Stewart with the ball. Got it by Meyer. He comes down with it. Benj will be guarding Sam Hennison. Carter with it. Carter goes right to the middle, puts it up, no good. Gets his own rebound. Now a power step and has his arm taken off by Robbie Worcester, who puts his arm up as he's the guilty party.
In a year's time, his agility has certainly improved. Here's the missed shot. One big move and up. And you're going to have to foul him to stop him. And you notice nobody stepped in front of him.
Look coming in for Robbie Worcester. That's only Worcester's third, but I would say you'd need a guy like that in this lineup. 49-47, Adam Carter. So we'll see if the jinx is still on this Hodgdon basket. That time it wasn't.
A lot of times coaches get players like that out. He's the floor leader, even though he doesn't bring the ball up the floor. He's telling Robbie what he wants the team to do, and it saves him from using a timeout. He has 2 left, but he doesn't want to use a timeout.
So Carter hits a pair, 51-47. Benj with the ball, stops, loops it inside, goes to Leifert, puts it up and in. Nice play that time from Benj to Leifert. 51-49 the score. Hodgdon leads by 2. 3:25 with OT written all over this one. Stewart to the right side with the ball. Now to Hennison. Sam with the ball at the foul line. Starts to move. The ball is stripped away by Dorr. Off to Meyer. Meyer turns, gets the bench, puts it up, and he ties up this game.
What a great play.
What a great play. And Hodgdon wants another timeout.
And credit Coach Mike Kelly. He took out Robbie Worcester. He told him, I want a change in defense. I want you to double team the basketball. That started the break. That got the crowd involved, which hadn't been involved for the entire game. What a great play. All the way the length of the floor, up and in. And this is Guagus basketball at its finest. You just saw that exchange.
Boy, we saw Meyer make a basket literally with his back to his player in the basket. That time he just looped the pass over. Benj had it, beat his man in. Last shot, good. We're tied at 51.
Doesn't get any better than this. What a great play. All the way up the floor.
That was Dorr. Now this is Meyer.
What a save. This Eastern Maine tournament, we've seen so many saves converted to made hoops. Great hustling play.
Great job by our camera crew as well to replay that one. That may be the play of the game right there, because they have tied it 51 all with 3:05 left.
Now they come out. They got spring in their step. Hodgdon has to answer here now with 3:05.
Schoberg will put the ball in play. Now it goes to Stewart. 3:04 left. Stewart guarded by Meyer. Meyer goes to the steal. Stewart now. Left side goes to Hennison, guarded by Benj. Now to Schoberg, right side to White. White stops and turns. Now loops inside to Carter. Carter puts it up. No good. Rebound by Leifert, and over the shoulder is Schoberg, I believe.
Good position. I believe that's only their third team.
That's the second on Schoberg.
Here's a nice move by the big kid. It's off, and there's the over-the-back foul. He was out of position.
Leifert on a strong rebound. And the people off the bench, you look at Nick Leifert, and you take a look at Adam Meyer, and boy, they have really elevated their game.
And as we said earlier, sometimes when the kids who have the pressure on them because of the publicity have off games, it takes a reserve to step in and do something.
So Narraguagus will bring down 2:46 remaining. 51-51 the score. Binge with it. Now to the left side to Worcester.
Mike Kelly called for spread offense.
Door. Not to Leifert. Leifert almost broke for the basket, but he gets the ball. Now to Binge. Binge turns now to Worcester. Robbie with the ball. Right side to Meyer. Meyer of Narraguagus in the white uniforms. Blocked here at 51 with 2:21 left in this contest. Binge. Binge starts at the top, stolen the dribble. Now it goes to Leifert. Leifert stolen almost by White. Great anticipation, but it goes to Worcester. There's a control. Now it goes to Binge. 2:05 left. Binge down the middle. Now to Worcester. Worcester's going to take the pop. No good. Rebound chased down by Meyer. He gets the back of the backboard, and the rebound taken off by Henderson. 1:53. We're locked at 51.
Yeah, not a good
steal by Meyer. Puts it up left-handed and in.
Good play because they didn't do a good job in their four corners. What a great play.
What a great play is right. 53-51 the score. Narraguagus leads by 2. Meyer again for the steal, but White gets away from him. Now to Schoberg. 1:32 left. Looking now. Bounces, goes into Henderson. Henderson turns off the glass and in. And Sam knows how to work inside. 53-53. 1:20 left. Still man-to-man by this Hodgdon team. Leifert out to Binge. We try to spread it out.
They may hold for the last shot in the game, Joe.
Meyer with the ball now. Meyer with a key steal. Off Stewart for the left-handed layup. Has the ball right now. Off to Binge. And believe it or not, Meyer is only a sophomore. Door. Now to Leifert. We're under a minute. 49 as it clicks away, tenths of a second. Now to Worcester. We're locked at 53. Worcester with it, gives off to Meyer. And timeout being asked for by Narraguagus. 39.5 seconds left. And you talk about the plays that Meyer has pulled off this Narraguagus team is unbelievable.
Yeah, he certainly has hustled. And that's just exactly what Narraguagus needed at that point. Now we're situationally thinking about timeouts. Each team has one timeout left. The only thing that concerns Narraguagus right now about using the timeout with 39.5 left is they have to get the ball in bounds. And how many times in a tournament situation has this been a struggle? Here you have the play again, Joe, that you were talking about. Picks the pocket clean. That's the play of the game so far. Just when you thought they were down, when they made the mistake in the four corner. What a big hope.
And he kisses it off the glass and in. A great basket by Adam Meyer that has brought this game to a tie. As we are now in the last second, we're going to see what Narraguagus will do.
There are two things here now. Hodgdon can play it a little bit tougher than they would normally with 39.5 because they're nowhere near the 1-and-1.
Worcester with it. Now to Meyer. Meyer holds. Got it by White. Now outside to Leifert. Got it by Carter. Carter comes right out after him. 31 seconds left. Robbie Worcester with it. Now to Meyer. Meyer turns. Meyer with the ball turns again, going right down the glass. Now he comes back outside to Binge. 18 seconds left. Now it goes off to Leifert, and Leifert is being fouled by Stewart.
That's an outstanding foul for one reason. Now they've got to get the ball back inbounds, and this is where Hodgdon will play all over the floor. He wanted a foul earlier, Coach Bouchard. He's telling his troops, we waited too long. We got a couple more to waste.
Stewart's second personal foul, only the team's fourth. Now they're going to put it in. It goes to Benj in the backcourt. 14 seconds left. Benj comes up with it. Now it goes off to Lightfoot. Off to Meyer. Looks up. Look at the seconds tick down. There's Benj. Benj is going to go. Puts it up. It's no good. Rebound tip. Back to Benj. Goes in the corner. And we got OT. I told you OT.
You were right.
I was right. I don't know. Do you think they might have waited just a little bit too long?
Well, you know what concerned me, just from a coaching standpoint, I guess old coaches never die, but Coach Bouchard wanted them to foul more than once. The reason he did, toughest thing about this situation is getting the ball back in bounds. But they got off the hook. They're in a tied game. We have 4 more minutes left.
Now you add 1 timeout for the overtime, and they will have a 4-minute overtime, plus they'll jump at center.
Yeah, they added the extra minute to the overtime a year ago, so it's half a period, and a lot of things can happen. But if you're Hodgdon, you still like to look at the red and green numbers on the Bangor Auditorium clock and see that you still have 2 fouls to waste, which means they can really play hard in the half court. I've been so impressed with the poise of these young kids in this situation, and Hodgdon played tough down here, and Guagus didn't get a good look at the basket.
So the same team for Narraguagus that left the floor at the end of this contest. Benj, Meyer, Dorr, Lightfoot, and Morrill. Morrill Worcester. He'll be at the University of Maine next year as a baseball player. Sam Hennessy in. Stewart along with Schoberg, White, and Adam Carter.
And sometimes when a player of Robbie Worcester's caliber struggles in regulation, he steps up and dominates in overtime.
There's Mr. Meyer again, the sophomore, to Benj. Benj with it. Now it goes against Stewart. He's going to stop, put it up. Carter gets a piece of it, and Henderson comes off with a rebound. Still has the rebound, still turning, and finally gets the ball out to Stewart. Kind of everything paused here for a couple of seconds. 53-53 the score. We're in our first overtime. As White starts down. Nice leave inside, but the ball's knocked away. Dorr's going to go with it. Dorr's going to go right to the glass, puts it up, no good. And the rebound taken out by Merrill Worcester, no good. And the ball goes out of bounds, and they say it's going to be off Schoberg to be Narraguagus ball.
Boy, Robbie Worcester literally ripped the ball out of the Hodgdon player's hands. He wants to win this game for his team.
Grant now replaces Meyer as they'll put the ball in play. Dorr with the ball now. Gives to Worcester. The ball goes out of bounds. It's knocked out by the Hodgdon Hawks. 3:19 left here in overtime action. 53-53. Pass goes to Lightfoot. Now to Worcester. Robbie at the foul line. Still with Schoberg. Gets a screen there from Dorr. Going to stop and look. Now it goes to Dorr. Dorr fakes. Puts the up fake. He's going to put it up and in.
Great move.
Great move is right. 55-53. They strike first as White brings the ball down. Still has the ball, looking for help. Now to Henderson. Henderson turns with a traffic jam, puts it up and good. Sudden Sam.
Boy, he knew who to look for, didn't he?
Grant comes back with it now. 2:45 left in overtime. Grant on the dribble. Gets a screen. Now it goes to Benj to Dorr. Dorr has the hoop in this one. In the overtime, Lightfoot. Ball almost stolen by Henderson. Nice anticipation. He turns. The ball is taken away by White. The quick hands by Jeremy White. You can go back 10 years ago today, and there were 5 overtimes at this auditorium when Rockland played Dexter. Nice steal. Outlet pass. Here comes Dorr. Nice strip by Stewart. Nice strip by Stewart. He saved the basket.
Boy, he sure. He might have saved the game. Great
timeout by Narraguagus.
Well, the fans are getting their money's worth now. Up tempo at both ends. Teams have relaxed. You lay the game on the line and put an overtime in it. Hodgdon 2 timeouts. Mike Kelly 1 left. Pass the length of the floor. Dorr all the way down. Gets prepared to go up. And there's the strip. Good play.
Ooh. And he was pointing at the knee of Dorr, but they say it goes the other way. So, so remember that night? Were you here, Mr. Brown?
I was
10
here
years ago,
and you had a roof leak.
Yes. And one of the people that helped to prevent that is here, Rick Bronson. I saw him. He's the guy with the bucket they got up there.
Yeah, this auditorium has a lot of history, but no game probably more than that game in a pressure situation. I think if you took a poll of this crowd right now, they could tell you stories about that game. We may be headed that way right here with this one.
That's what I'm saying. Meyer checks back in. Grant stays in. Dorr is on the sideline for the Narraguagus team. They'll put the ball in play under their own basket.
They want to score off the inbounds right now.
Meyer with it. Meyer's still looking. Meyer's got 5 seconds. Now he finally gives it to Lyford. Lyford turns on Carter. Back outside goes to Grant. 2:04 left in overtime. We're locked at 55. Meyer with the ball now. Left side goes to Lyford. Lyford on the dribble. Now Carter has Lyford, and he wants him to come out. The coach says, get out there and get him. Meyer with it. White is guarding him. Meyer, Narraguagus back out to Grant. Grant holds the ball over his head. Now to Meyer. 1:40 left in this overtime. As Meyer goes down with it, Robbie Worcester. Worcester outside the bench. Eric, he's had a yeoman game today, guarding Henderson as well as being the general on the floor, bringing the ball down.
So for a 5-second violation.
Grant from Lyford. Now Grant, 1:19 left. The left side, Henderson goes for a backdoor steal, doesn't get it. Now Worcester, off to Meyer. Meyer starts to the left. Now it goes to Grant. They try to double team, can't do it. Here comes Meyer. Off to Lyford. We're close to under a minute. Pass goes inside to Meyer. He puts off balance and in. Oh, he's falling down when he shot it. 57-55. Has Adam Meyer been on fire? Right back as Stewart, he puts it in. Oh, great clutch shot by Stewart.
Well, that was clutch.
57-57, binge. What more can they do except for going to another overtime?
Gonna hold for the last one here.
Lyford with it now, holds over his head, got him by Carter. Goes to Grant, and he did take steps.
Boy, he sure did, and Hodgson wants a timeout. That's unfortunate. He was just moving a little too fast. It's a tough play for a young player in that situation. Each team with a timeout left now. Hodgson 1, Narraguagus 1. Be interesting to see what happens here on the inbounds. 3-quarter. Here's the play. Running their little 3-2 spread offense. Looking for dribble penetration. And a great look off-balance shot. And the pass is as effective in that situation as the score. To see that play from 42 feet away.
And Darren Stewart came right back to tie the game, went to coast, and made a nice shot.
Yeah, and that, as you said, what a clutch play that is in that situation, and he never hesitated. Went right to the hole.
Now you got the other situation where that Hodgson has the ball and may have chance to work down the clock for a shot. 26.2 seconds left, and that tenth of a second really moves. So we'll see who they go to. Will it be Henderson? Will it be Stewart? Will it be Schoberg? Jeremy White's played an excellent game. Carter's played an excellent game. All the people on the floor right now have really been in this one and made it very excitable. Goes to Stewart, got it by Meyer. Meyer stripped him the last time. Now it goes to Henderson, 19 seconds left to Schoberg, right side to White. White inside to Sam. Sam's going to put it up the glass. No good! Rebound taken up by Schoberg. Farquhar picked off by White. White still has it, 8.1 seconds left, and Hodgson wants a timeout.
I think what they did out of their last timeout, because they're at their end and because they have the size advantage, they wanted to take it at about 5 or 6 ticks. I think they took it a little too quick. They wanted to give themselves a chance for an offensive board, but realistically, they were lucky. They took it too early, but they were able to get the offensive board and still have the presence of mind to take the timeout. Now they're out of timeouts, and they've got to get the ball back inbounds without a timeout.
And that's going to be it's going to be tough because it's going to, the way the clock moves at 6.6 seconds, it's going to be some quick kicks. So they've got to find their person and try to get him to isolate or do whatever. And I imagine that Henderson's going to be the man they're going to call on. But so many heroes in this in this basketball game. One of the more exciting Class C games. Number 2 and number 3 here in Eastern Maine. Hodgdon number 3, Narraguagus number 2. And we'll see if that travel violation comes back to haunt Narraguagus.
Yeah, Narraguagus was clearly holding for the last shot, and now what Guagus has to do, they've really got to get up and play defense here. Notice they're leaving the inbounder alone and double-teaming Henderson.
Okay, Schoberg now to Henderson. Henderson loops it into Carter. Carter's going to put it up, and they're going to call a foul at the buzzer. A foul at the buzzer.
2.6 left. They've got it up there now.
Yep.
2.6.
Oh, I'm sorry. 2.6, and there's a foul on Meyer, and that's all he could do because Adam Carter would have had a layup. So 2.6 seconds left in the overtime.
Boy, I'll tell you,
Coach
Marty Bouchard came from a girls' JV position to 3,500 people here at the auditorium this afternoon and diagrammed a nearly perfect out-of-bounds play. He saw that Narraguagus was going to leave Schoberg alone on the inbounds pass. You got a screen up to Henderson. You got the biggest kid on the floor isolated on the block. What a neat out-of-bounds play. They had no choice but to foul him.
There's Adam still moving backwards. And now, how many timeouts Narraguagus has won?
Narraguagus is out of timeout.
Okay, so both
Hodgdon
0 on both sides.
Timeout.
All right, so they can't put him in the deep freeze with a timeout when he gets to the foul line. So it's going to be up to Carter. And with 2.6 seconds left, even if he makes the first and misses the second, it's going to be a Herculean effort to try to get the ball down for the winning basket.
No question. A lot of pressure on him here at the line. His teammates cheering him on, patting him on the back. Go get him.
Carter is telling him, what are you doing at the foul line? Get down there.
Because I'll tell you what, 2 free throws and a Robbie Worcester 3 will break your heart. Get some coverage down.